How's it doing? I see it's low bars today. Lord have mercy. Please, Father. Please, Lord Jesus Christ. Please, Holy Spirit. Is it working well? It doesn't show. It says on very low bars. What's your background, Juza? Turn off your camera or what?
Oh, my bad. Hey, Sam. It's me again.
You think?
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to,
I remember you. Yeah, we're lagging now. It says we're lagging.
let me get on the internet, the Wi-Fi on my
Not
cell
you.
phone.
I'm lagging. My connection is down.
Well, it
Yes, no.
happens. No, I don't know. I hope it's a quick answer. I've been I'm almost to
back.
Revelation, huh?
No, we're back. My connection's back now. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'm almost to Revelation or whatever, and I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out how I can put Ezekiel in the third temple in the box of Revelation in the future. Like, is it like a
Why
thousand
are you
thing?
even trying to figure out Revelation, brother?
Well, that's the wrong thing, really. I'm really trying to figure out that. Huh?
Why are you trying to figure out Revelation, brother? Are you super grounded in the Old Testament and the books of the New Testament, and that you have a mastery of what the Bible teaches leading up to Revelation? Because Revelation is saturated with references, allusions to the Old Testament and New Testament. So you're trying to figure out how Ezekiel fits in with the third temple. So my question to you is, who told you Ezekiel has to fit in the third temple?
Yeah, I could be wrong about all that. Um,
So
I
why want to dabble with Revelation, brother?
oh well, I've read everything else so far, and
Well, you
I've
got to keep
got a
rereading,
bunch of.
rereading, right?
Yeah, I know. I got to do that too. I did a lot of studying, and now I'm getting up to it, and I kind of just want to, because I was planning on rereading Ezekiel anyway, and Daniel and Zechariah and a bunch of like more prominent Old Testament books
Yeah,
before
you
I
got
got
to
into Revelation.
reread the Old and New Testaments and master them before you can figure out Revelation. Because even with Revelation, I can ask you some basic questions to see if you can figure out why does Jesus appear with 7 horns, 7 eyes?
I don't know.
Why does Jesus appear as a lamb as though slain?
Well, that part, he's the.
What part?
I mean, I think I know that part.
What
He's
is it?
he's our sacrificial lamb.
What specifically? What lamb? Because it has a specific imagery. It's connecting to a specific sacrifice, not just a sacrificial lamb.
The lamb that I guess would be the fulfillment of the Old Testament like sacrificial system.
No,
So
I
like
said
he's like,
one particular.
yeah, I
Fadio,
don't
that'll
know.
bring you up. Which particular sacrifice does the imagery of Christ appearing as a lamb point to?
Is it the one the
The fact that
Exodus?
you have to guess and stumble means you should not be dabbling with Revelation.
Yeah, I didn't. I I just wanted to finish reading the whole thing and then go
Yeah,
back
if
and
you want
reread
to
it.
finish it, reading it just for edification, but you were trying to read it to figure out and explain and interpret it, which is going to get you into trouble. For instance, why in Revelation 1:12 to 18, Jesus appears as both one like a son of man and the Ancient of Days? When Daniel 7, the Ancient of Days, Son of Man are two distinct figures.
I wanted to ask about that too, but
See my
I
point?
heard you talk about it one time too, but I didn't get it because it almost sounds almost. And I'm not a modalist, but I was like, does they become one at the end, or I don't
Because
get that. I know they have two separate seats, but
you're a
I don't
loser,
know.
brother.
Hey, takes
Right?
one to know.
You lost your way to
Uh,
sin. What do you mean you didn't get it? I explained that clearly, but my point is, all right, now in Daniel 7, there were thrones, plural, right?
uh-huh.
Why is it that God and the Lamb have one throne? Where are the plural thrones?
And Daniel,
Daniel, there are thrones, plural. I saw
uh-huh.
thrones.
And then you said there's one singular one too.
Yeah, in Revelation 22, it says, I saw the throne of God and of the Lamb. Throne, singular.
I don't know. I imagined in my head something, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't right.
That's my point is, you shouldn't be dabbling in Revelation, not right now.
Mm.
Keep away from Revelation, not right now. And about Ezekiel chapters 40 to 48, how do you know that Ezekiel chapters 40 to 48 are meant to be fulfilled, and it's not a conditional prophecy that won't come to pass because Israel failed?
I never even I never even thought about that part, to be honest.
Precisely, because a lot of the prophecies that God makes are conditional, meaning, I will do this if you do that. And if you don't, then I won't do it. So how do we know that Ezekiel chapters 40, 48 are meant to be fulfilled literally when they're a conditional prophecy that would only come to pass if Israel proved faithful to the covenant? So how do you know what kind of prophecy Ezekiel 40 to 48 happens to be?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I
Buddy,
know there was.
go to your priest and ask that question.
Mm,
You
all
would get my
right.
point?
Yeah, I got you. And the last thing I just want to ask is, when are you going to? I know you had said something about you was going to start doing not chapter breakdowns, but
Whatever
book
the Lord puts
breakdowns.
in
Have
my
you?
heart, brother. Whatever Lord puts in, I go. Things happen that hinder me and prolong what I'd like to do. So God's will be done. And now, right now, I have to take care of some back taxes that are going to take a huge hit on me. And I just got to ask the Lord to have mercy on me, to help me to go to higher level to practice what I preach. And, things happen. We'll see. The Lord doesn't need me. You don't need me. We need the Lord. But my advice is, don't try to figure out Revelation. People have embarrassed themselves, destroyed themselves, shipwrecked their faith because they try to figure out Revelation. And yet, Revelation is the one book that says you are blessed if you hear the prophecy of the book and keep it, but then you're cursed if you add or take away from it.
Yeah, that's what I was scared about.
Fadi, go
Yeah.
to your priest. Don't ask me the question. You got to leave, brother. That's something for your priest to answer. So, this is the whole point. Revelation is a book that's very complex and sophisticated because John is taking Old Testament themes, concepts, allusions, right? A lot from Ezekiel, a lot from Daniel, a lot from Jeremiah, a lot from Isaiah, a lot from Genesis, right? And if you don't know all that background, you're going to get lost. I'll give you another example. Revelation 12, he says he saw a woman with the sun and the moon under her feet, crowned with 12 stars. What is that a reference to?
Joseph's dream. As one interpretation I've heard.
You've heard
Um,
one interpretation, right?
yeah.
And why the dragon pursuing the woman and her children, Revelation 12:17?
Well, I've heard a couple, but the one I kind of lean towards is the Catholic interpretation. Some Catholic interpretations of
Is what?
the woman being Mary and the dragon being Satan pursuing the
Well,
church, or
sure.
and the church, or something like that.
So, but is it only Mary?
Now, I'm pretty sure it could be more than one thing.
See,
Bible's
that's my
kind of
point. You mentioned Joseph's dream. That's the only connection?
with the 12. Huh.
And when it says the dragon swept a third of the stars, What are the stars?
I'm assuming the fallen angels.
How do you know?
Released.
How do you know it's not a third of the 12 stars that the woman was crowned with, meaning that he destroys a third of Israel?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that either.
Okay, you understand why I'm doing this, not to show you.
Yeah,
You
I
see how
understand.
deep and complex this book is?
Yeah.
It is the most complex book to figure out, and it is glorious and fruitful and rewarding when you can understand it, but it's also dangerous to misinterpret it. So that's why Revelation, you want to read it devotionally? Go ahead, read it devotionally. But trying to then figure it out and then trying to explain it, if you are wrong, you will be held accountable. Revelation 22, 18 and 19 tells you that if you add to this book, God will add the plagues to you that are mentioned in the book. If you take away, then God will take away your right to the tree of life or from the book of life. In fact, you see what seeking to understand the end times has done to Christianity. Just what? A couple weeks ago, they announced the rapture was going to happen. And people gave up their jobs, sold their homes, and didn't happen. Not only shipwrecking their faith, destroying their faith, but causing the world to laugh and mock and scorn Christians. Bunch of idiots, morons, you fools, stupid. You went and gave up your job, quit your job, or sold your home because you believe this book is true when it's a book of fables and myths, and then weaponizing them to bash Christianity and then justifying them and rejecting Christianity. Yeah, Maria, you didn't know that? It was big news all over the media. People were coming out saying, hey, I just quit my job. I sold my home. Rapture's going to happen. Get ready. You see my point?
Yeah.
Steer away from it. Don't bother yourself with it. Now, why did I say Ezekiel chapters 40 to 48 may be a conditional prophecy? Meaning, if certain conditions are met,